Hey, I just got back from recording a fantastic podcast with Jacob and David from the band Good Kid. If you haven't heard of Good Kid, what are you doing? Go check out their music. It's amazing. And one of the coolest things, especially for me as a creator, is that they don't do DMCA claims. They think that everyone should be able to use their music to make videos, other songs, set to video game montages, which is something we do talk about. We talked about being an unsigned independent band and what that afforded them, what that allows them to do, some really cool things. We talked about their unique take on merch and the fact that Jacob runs a merch company. We touch on interesting family histories, including a lot of medical scares, and the fact that maybe birds live too long. Before we get into this episode, I would ask you to like, comment, subscribe, check it out on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. This is my interview with Jacob and David from Good Kid. Welcome on in.
Hey,
how's it going? This has been such a good vibe before we even turned the mic on, and I would love to keep it that way.
Yeah,
not in like an intimidating way, in a like, this has just been good conversations. You're telling me about things you're doing while you're in LA. We're talking about like past careers already, and I feel like
we're about to get really serious.
Yeah, you're like, actually, we hate you. We came here to turn this on your head.
This is David's first podcast. He's like he's prepped a lot of topics.
Is this actually your first podcast? I mean, like, you can say yes either way.
I think so. We've done like radio interviews before that are kind of the same vibe, but obviously like less free form, because like they have like a very set list of things to talk about, like what's your favorite thing about music.
It's just kind of like, and it's like the easiest questions you can kind of do it
it's kind of like sometimes feels like it's out of a can.
They don't get into the real
they don't
stuff.
Get into the real nitty-gritty.
They're not really getting into the nitty gritty. I actually watched an interview that you guys did, and I want to know the truth about this, because in my mind it felt patronizing towards you. You're on a seesaw. Do you guys remember this interview?
I remember the seesaw.
That's insane, right?
Vividly, yeah.
And at the end, the whole bit, the reason for it was like, well, you're good kids, so we're on a seesaw, right? And I saw like you die inside a little bit. Yes, because that's crazy to do that to someone.
Wait, did I die laughing or did I die like dead?
Like dead.
Like your soul left your body.
Yeah, because you're like, now I understand why we're sitting on this.
You can't lie with your eyes.
No, not even a little. Not if you're a good person.
I'm a terrible liar. Like I'm really like, you can see on my face when I'm like upset or annoyed, or even like I'll just die laughing. I could fall on the floor here during this podcast.
I hope so. I hope we have a good enough time that you show on your face if you're enjoying it or not.
What do they call that? Ruffling?
I literally ruffle like pretty often.
You do ruffle quite a bit, yeah.
That's actually, now I know. We were talking right before we went live about maybe feeling a little older amongst peers. People don't ruffle anymore.
They don't
ruffle.
No, they don't ruffle. They age bowl. This sounds like I'm actually punking you, but no, they truly age bowl now.
Yeah, they age bowl.
I just burst out laughing. And so the fact that you raffled is like, you're in the right place. We can do this here.
Ruffling is safe here.
No one else, you guys don't like actually uncontrollably laugh sometimes, and you just like, you can't stand it anymore?
No, we do. We're just saying that the language has changed around.
I actually don't think there's a difference between age balling and raffling, or slowly exhaling to show that something is funny.
We haven't even gotten into like raffle coptering yet.
No, and that's even older. Yeah, that's like
ancient internet.
Times. That's like MLG 420 dank stuff. Well, welcome all on in. You're back from a European leg of the tour. I checked out some stuff on social media. It looks fucking awesome.
Thank you.
And now you're just chilling, recording songs in your hotel room. Streaming, but like really streaming. Yeah. You're like doing like React compilations. You did an iceberg. You're like real streamers.
Oh, wow.
More so than me.
You did like research. You did
I mean, just enough to be like, you guys deserve it, right? It'd be crazy if you came here.
I guess the best place to do some research is the iceberg video. That's like pretty much all the information you can get.
Yeah, we do stream. It's a little bit hard for a touring band to do it consistently.
Of course.
But we do I try to do at least 3 times a week, and David joins a bunch, and we'll like write songs on stream. Actually, a lot of songs that have come out on Spotify started as a stream song.
Right.
And then, we'll do like reaction stuff. It's just fun because like, I don't know, it feels like a way to really engage with the zeitgeist of the band as the band gets bigger. Like we get these crazy comments or crazy DMs that people send us with like the most like, honestly, like hard on their sleeve thing about like their girlfriend breaking up with them and all. Anyway. And then we get to make fun of it.
Right. You get to talk to them in real life. There's a difference between a musician back in the day where they might get a letter from someone saying like, you changed my life, but you can talk to that person. You can ask like a follow-up question.
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, how's it going now? And like, well, actually it kind of sucks.
It is actually a little crazy. I was thinking about that recently because we do get fan mail. And so like, I'll go to the PO box and I'll open it and whatever. And like, it's always really sweet. But it is weird that like, people just can DM their favorite artists these days, and like sometimes they'll get back. Like I'll get back to people sometimes. Like,
why not?
Not often, but like, you know, when I can, I'll like if we're not having like whole conversations, but even just like, hey, hope it gets better or something like that.
Right.
Or like,
yeah,
thanks for
sometimes
the
they
support.
send something interesting or make you laugh, and
Yeah,
you're like, yeah, you're a human being. I'm a human being. It'd be weird if I ignored this all the time.
Yeah, the interesting thing, the coolest thing that's come out of it is like some fans have made like merch designs, and then we've been like, wait, those are sick. Can we just pay you for this?
Right.
And then we'll like make the thing that they sent us.
Right.
So it's very interesting. I don't know if like fans had that way to like communicate to their favorite artists before.
Which is so funny because they are the group of people that like wants the things. Like, who would know it better? In the old days, you'd have like Sony Records, and it's like, we're gonna make merch for this band. Yeah, we know what the kids like. But this is actually the kids being like, wouldn't it be cool if we put this on a shirt? It's so funny because of this thing you did or said or a song.
Yeah. Or just straight up, they're like an artist that is trying to make their name or something, and they're like, hey, this is a way for me to do it. And before there was no way for them to like, I don't know, would they have to like meet you at a show or something? Like, I don't, how would they get in front of you?
Open a briefcase and there's like a bunch of merch in there or something. Yeah, it's like an impossibility, right?
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's one of my favorite things. I think you were saying earlier, something about what's the term? A Luddite?
Oh yeah, a Luddite. Someone who is like anti-technology. And I maybe offhand listeners said that I'm a Luddite just because, and they know I'm someone who is like raged against the algorithm and the internet and some of like the detrimental things that have happened in this world because people have access to each other in these kinds of ways.
That's fair.
Which has scared me, but it has also opened up a lot of avenues for like really cool connection.
Yeah, I think this is like one of the positive sides of the internet, and like
you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? There's like, if people use it in a normal way, it works for everyone, and it's actually this great invention. The problem is that a lot of people are using it in really weird ways.
Yeah, we get to experience all the good stuff in this very dark world that we live in.
Right. You're getting like positive messages.
We get to write music and interact with our fans, and it's nice.
Have you ever had any bad experiences with that? Because you are like a group that not only are you streaming, you have like the Discord server, you have given like a ridiculous amount of access. You're like very active on Twitter.
Yeah. Do we have?
Has that ever like backfired?
I would say that like you might have like one or two examples where things go awry, but like generally, I think we're doing a pretty good job. I think as a band of like not creating too much of a parasocial relationship with listeners and our audiences, because we try as much as we can to focus our content on both the music that we're creating, but also like things that are sort of outside of ourselves. So like we have a lot of animations that we've done. For example, we work with someone, Sierra, X-Ray Alpha Charlie. Like, she's this amazing animator, and it sort of allows us to create this world that our audience can interact with that isn't like me or Jacob.
Right, it's not like your name, your family. It is like this shared, like a playground kind of thing.
And then even our stream concepts are not that personal. Like, realistically, like writing music is personal, but it's not. Like, again, it's like someone's watching. If anyone who watches our streams, they're watching it because either they want to see like the process of songwriting. Not really, like, we don't often give like commentary on like our thoughts on the world or things like, I mean, things come up obviously if you're streaming
while you're
like,
writing songs,
but
it comes from somewhere.
It's not like the reason people don't watch us to get our takes on like geopolitical issues or anything like that. You know what I mean? They're watching us to be entertained or to like specifically see like the songwriting process, or like lately we've been doing more reactionary stuff. But again, even the reactionary stuff, it's specific to us. Specific to the fandom and the band, not so much like us as people or us react. We are not reacting to like top 10 crazy things on Reddit. You know what I mean?
Like, it's like old TikToks that you guys did.
Yeah, that sounds like a great video.
Honestly, it could be, but I guess what I'm just trying to say is like we definitely do focus things more on it's less about us as people and more about like the thing we produce, if that makes sense. And I think that has helped with that. I mean, we have had bad experiences though, like not like a lot. I will say there's just one specific Instagram comment that like sticks in my head.
Oh, really?
Because I used to post things that were a little bit more personal, like, you know, maybe like me and a friend going out or something like that or whatever. And then I think there was like one creepy fan comment, something about like a knife and blood. And I don't really remember the specifics, but I remember that was enough for me to just be like, I'm only going to post guitar content from now on.
Right.
You know, like,
you don't want them seeing like restaurants you eat at or like a coffee shop you frequent or something like that.
And honestly, we like 99.9% of interactions with fans have been like almost entirely positive. There's just like the tiniest chance. And I'm just like, well, I don't really care. Like, I don't need Good Kid fans to see what I'm doing like on a random Saturday afternoon. But also like to your point of like the Luddite stuff, like I also don't love social media in that context. Like I honestly, I don't care what my friends are doing on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, I don't follow virtually anyone.
Healthy. You don't care what I'm doing?
I don't even follow you. Oh wait, no, I might follow you. I don't follow Nick, our lead singer. Like I don't follow people. I just like, I don't really like, if I want to know what someone's doing, I'll just call them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think like I have a little bit of like, that's just my relationship with that stuff. So, but that one interaction was enough for me to be like very pedantic about saying like, okay, I'm never going to post anything personal on my social media. Realistically, I'm just going to do like guitar content or something about being in the band or something like that.
Did that, making that decision, like obviously in the moment it is scary. Did making that decision like feel a certain kind of way of like, man, now I have to create this barrier? Maybe there could have been like a more open relationship in like a safer world or something?
No, because again, I think luckily for me, I just didn't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like I already wasn't posting. I wasn't that active on like, because I don't care to
You
follow.
didn't need people to know that you really had the best hamburger or something.
Exactly. Yeah. And honestly, like I genuinely usually like hate when someone, we have a saying in our friend group called like phone eats first. And I just don't like, I also like sometimes I love food so much. And so when like someone prepares like such a good meal for you and then like the first thing you do is you take a picture of it instead of just like enjoying it, I also like kind of bothers me. So I think for me, it was just natural.
What else bothers you?
Are you a phone eats first guy?
He's definitely a phone eats first.
You're a phone eats first guy.
Well, no, like it depends. I mean, depends. Am I traveling? Then yeah. Gotta show my dad. What did I eat today?
That's sweet. Yeah.
But you know, every restaurant has a better picture online of their food than you can take.
Do you think I should send my dad a photo, like a
false flag burger,
like a Getty image of a hamburger, and be like, "Oh, this is delicious."
Yeah, I do. If they
you gotta believe me, it looked just like this hamburger.
I don't know. Like, who are you talking to that you're like, hey, you went to this place? Like, show me the food you ate.
My stepmom.
I do think that's the purest version of that, right? Like a family group chat versus like Instagram for everyone to see.
My stepmom is this wonderful, wonderful woman from Argentina. And she is also, though, the type of person who, if I go to a restaurant and I eat there and I have a great meal and afterwards she's like, why didn't you send me a photo?
Right. It's like you've let her down.
Yeah. Like, how will I know? this is a real
Did you eat today,
right? Yeah. She holds it against you if you don't send her like updates, you know, like, why won't you help me put photos in the iCloud? You know, it's stuff like that. So I have to make sure that I'm on top of these things, including taking photos of the food I'm eating.
I do love older people technology. Like my dad recently just got a phone. Like we just got my dad a phone. He's like 70.
That's insane. It's 2025, just to be clear. That's crazy.
No, he just got a phone like last year.
Your dad is like a cartoon character.
He's so funny. With his phone, he thinks like when he doesn't understand what the algorithm is. So he thinks
what a beautiful world.
I know, but he thinks I send him stuff. He's like, Jacob, you sent me this video of you in a costume, because I was doing there was like a Miku bit that we did on stage, and I was like, I didn't send you. What I was like, what are you talking about? Because I thought he was like, did I text my dad this video? Like, what do I? He's like, oh no, I saw it on YouTube, and I'm like. He's like, what? But like, there's a weird disconnect. He doesn't understand that like the algorithm serves him content. He thinks it's like me sending him content.
Right, you're Mr. YouTube. You're like curating a page for him.
He's like, oh, I subscribe to Good Kid on YouTube. Therefore, like you are specifically sending me this thing every time you post it instead of it like just going into like it's odd. I don't really know where this connection came, but he didn't have a cell phone for like 30 years. So like, I don't know. Like that's just.
We love your dad too at a party because like almost strategically, if there's someone you don't want to talk to at an event and your dad is there, you can literally just send Jacob's dad to speak to that person.
Oh, you mean a diversion. He'll just keep talking.
He will talk for hours about tomatoes, like just anything.
Right.
He's just that kind of person that will just talk forever.
That rule. Yeah. I think that can be maybe frustrating if you're like in the family and you're like, I can't hear about tomatoes anymore, but it is very helpful in those situations.
I'm not gonna lie, his tomatoes slap, so I'm down.
Good. You're willing to hear about them if you can eat them.
Yeah. But yeah, it's funny. Like your stepmom also, the stories that she has about this.
Yeah, she's so funny. She's very like she'll have these moments where like, I remember we went to we saw Genesis in concert and I took my parents there and we were there and you know like Phil Collins he's getting older. I think he's having a couple issues with his back, so he was sitting in a chair and he's singing great, he's telling stories, he's very clearly like, you know, still Phil Collins, and my stepmom was just like, oh, he's he's not long for this world.
He's not. This could be his last show. It's an Aussie situation.
Alexander, he's fine. He's just sitting. He's just sitting in a chair.
Even like doing a show shows that you're not probably on death's door.
Yeah, you might just have like scoliosis. Like, just give him.
Getting old kind of sucks. I'm not that old, and my back sometimes hurts when I wake up.
Same. Yeah. I feel like we are one in the same. Really.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sorry. No, your Sandra stories are just like I don't know if you want to tell this. There's another one you told me recently that just like floored me, and it's pretty.
Which one was it?
It's more personal, so I don't know if you want to talk about it.
We can edit anything out.
Was it the one where we thought my dad might have been having a heart attack?
The one where your dad was in a medically induced coma, and
yeah.
And she was like, "Richard, come back."
Okay, yeah, I'll tell this story. Yeah, so my dad was he's sick, so we were in the hospital with him, and unfortunately, they had to put him into a coma for a while, and it was medically induced. So the doctors were like, we're going to do this just to like avoid any risk with his heart.
Right, give the body time to heal. Yeah.
I'm really happy to say like he's on the mend. He's feeling much better now. At the time, we were all pretty scared, and my stepmom is there, and he's lying in bed, and she says, "Richard, you have to wake up. You have to wake up, Richard." And I'm like, no.
It's like they just put him in the coma.
There's a button.
He will not wake up. It is an impossibility for him to wake up.
You don't want him to wake up right now.
That would be a scary thing if that
would be really bad. She's seen so much, I think just so many like medical dramas where she's like...
Right, it's like if you hold the hand and you really like speak tenderly.
Come to the light, Richard. No, like let him sleep. But that was like a funny Sandra moment. The other one was when my dad had pneumonia. And he started getting all my stories about my dad.
Your dad being sick. I see why you send the pictures of food. You never know.
Exactly. He needs to know. And we were having dinner, and he got up too fast, and he had a head rush.
Sure.
So he fell down on the ground, right? Because he's had pneumonia, so his body's kind of weak, and he just had this moment where he fell. And I was like, the only thing we can do here reasonably is stay calm.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Just everyone stay
Get him in a chair,
calm.
get him some water.
The only thing you shouldn't do is yell, "He's having a heart attack." My stepmom is like...
Were you in a public place? Sorry,
this was at dinner at my house.
Okay, at least it was at your house.
Yeah. My brother-in-law stepped in and he called in. My dad was totally fine.
Right.
And Sandra's like, "He's having a heart attack." And I was like, "Sandra, now he's going to have a heart attack."
Right, you're scaring everyone.
At him. I was like, I too would also maybe have a heart attack. Yeah. If someone was yelling that at me.
She's a great woman though. She's really.
No,
really
I love her with all my heart.
She sounds great.
She just has all my favorite stories are.
Those are the kind of put it anywhere. Don't worry about like drippings or anything.
Thank you.
Those are the kind of stories that show like how close a family is. Right. It's fun that you can talk about that. A lot of people don't have those kinds of stories with people in their family.
We have fun. Yeah.
What do your old parents do?
My parents are, so I'm from Arizona. We talked about that a little bit before we went live. Kind of boring. My mom was a city clerk, so like a civil servant in the city of Yuma and then city of Tempe for 30 years. My stepdad worked at Walmart for a long time. Really cool guy.
Nice.
Great at grilling. Classic dad energy.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then my dad, kind of rapscallion, like between jobs a lot of my childhood.
Sure. Yeah.
Really cool guy. Got me into video gaming actually. Nice. Like early Pokemon adopter.
Oh yeah.
Not with me, but a cool guy. I'm excited to go home. My wife is pregnant, which we talked about. Yeah. And so we're having a baby shower in like a month. So excited to go
Congrats,
home. And
by the way.
thank you so much. Yeah, it's really cool. I'll definitely ask if you have any like fun family memories when you were a kid, not necessarily having heart attacks. Yeah. Things that maybe I can hear and pass on later.
I feel like we have a lot of my dad's side of the family in England, my family's all from England, and my dad's side of the family is like this. They have a lot of these like very proper blue collar job. Like, they work at banks and they work at like, one of them was the clerk as well. And, there's like mailmen on my dad's side of the family. Very classical kind of type jobs. And then my mom's side of the family, like a lot of them just like steal things out of cars. There's a very different side of the family. Like I had this my uncle who is like a notorious gangster named Jimmy Steele.
Okay.
And he's from the north, and his thing apparently was that if you got on his bad side, he would slowly take his glasses off like this. And I was like, that's how he's like, oh,
you knew you were fucked. If Jimmy Steele took his glasses off,
if Jimmy took his glasses off, you were toast.
What kind of crime was he committing?
I don't know if I should say on the internet.
Sure, statute of limitations.
I'm gonna say it anyways. I think he was robbing trucks.
Okay, that's fine. That's so much better than it could have been.
Yeah. Mostly truck related.
Right. Never cars, always trucks.
He hated trucks.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah,
my mom's side of the family also. My mom was first generation American, and so my grandfather was from the Netherlands. My grandma was from London as well, but unfortunately not a life of crime. A life of, I think he was a pastor, so it's kind of like the opposite, which is a little boring. I wish he was Jimmy Steele. I grew up in the same household.
I don't think any of my family members are crazy life of crimers.
No?
Well, probably, honestly.
You should try it.
What?
You should try it sometime.
You could be the one, break the cycle. Yeah. Maybe you could be the life of crime.
No, I don't know. Where like, I think there is some like sketchiness in our family. We don't know, but it's like a very different kind of sketchiness. It's like, but my family is like I'm also like first generation Canadian. They're like Greek immigrants, and they came to like, it was a weird thing where like the like three oldest brothers like went to New York from Greece to try to like get a better, like, 'cause my family's from like a very, very poor village in Greece. And they just kind of had like a second life there for like 20 years before they were able to bring the rest of the family over, like make enough money and like start
to get the tickets and like the housing
and everything like that. And so like there's the sketchiness is more around like, are there second families like in these
what
places?
happened in those 20 years?
Yeah, well, because no one knows, and it's like, would you even blame them? It's like they left for 20 years. It's like this
lonely,
is before
new country.
And this is so long
This is
ago.
my favorite spicy type of story, by the way.
Is it?
The hidden families.
Well, we don't know. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
We just assume because it's kind of like also like this is way before you couldn't just get on a flight and go back home. It was like they got on boats and they came to
it's like weeks.
Yeah, exactly. And they're very expensive, and so there wasn't like, I think my dad was telling me that my grandfather left. I think when he was like 3 or 4, and they didn't see him until he was like 19 or something.
Right.
So it's like a very long time, and like anything could happen to that. And also like, what are they gonna?
You don't know that they're different people. They've grown up in a different place with a different surrounding environment. That's
this kind of stuff all got exposed with like, you know, all the 23andMe.
Oh yeah, exactly.
All the people coming. It happened to like kind of, I think, in my
family. You had a reveal in your family?
Well, it was more that my mom had decided to go back and do like sort of a family lineage thing. And like, it was like 1,000 years England. Like she was like, yeah, your grandfather and his grandfather, that was David.
Right, there's like ledgers all the way back.
Just like birth certificates and family photos. And it was just like both sides of my family, just 1,000 years into England's history, and then eventually like France. And then I think one of my siblings decided to do 23andMe. And they were like, you're Russian, Polish.
You blew it up completely.
Like, somebody's lying. It's like somebody's got.
And I think the genealogy is pretty
like,
good
maybe
about
a secret boyfriend that my mom didn't know about. I was just like, someone's
one of these kids isn't the birth from the person you think.
I did a 23andMe or like recently, and I was excited about it because on my dad's side, my grandpa was abandoned, right? Like on a doorstep, like classic like movie shit, right?
God, yeah.
In like Buffalo, New York, he was left on someone's doorstep. So after that, which is literally just my grandpa, I have no idea what's going on.
Did they rate? Did the people who?
Yeah, the people
they raise him.
Yeah, so
like Bambi.
And so this whole time, literally like Bambi. I'm raised by like a different group of people. That skunk actually. This whole time I thought I was like Polish on that side because he was abandoned in like a Polish neighborhood, like strong Polish community.
Oh yeah.
And so I was in the esports world before this. Tons of events in Poland. I've been to Poland many times, and every time I was there, I would breathe in the air. It's like, this is my people. I'm eating pierogies. I did 23andMe. I'm not Polish at all. Oh my God. 5%? They just abandoned him in a Polish house. For no idea why. I learned nothing about my heritage. Wow. He's dead, unfortunately, so I can't learn anything. Unless I literally go to like Buffalo, New York and knock on doors.
Oh my God.
There's no
So what are you?
World.
Can I guess?
Like
is that wrong?
No. Yeah, let's see. Check Blue Sky, buddy. You better guess right. I already mentioned on my mom's side, my Oma is British. She grew up in London, and then my Opa is from Amsterdam. Yeah. So that's 25%.
Okay.
With some stuff. And then
I
my
love
dad's
that life is just meaningless.
Exactly.
You don't have any like Scottish or Irish because you got curly hair and kind of orangey.
Yeah. I have the red beard but brown hair kind of situation going on. I think even though my Oma is from London, there's like some Scottish there, right? So like I got like a 10% Scottish, but I think most of it was like what do you call it? Like west of Poland, like pre-country divides, it was like, yeah, you are mainland Western Europe. You know, like you're northeast of France. There's gonna be some Belgian in there. There's gonna be some German in there. There's gonna be some Dutch in there.
Yeah, I mean, the same with me. Like we're Greek, but to be Greek in modern day is like just Eastern European, because like the Ottoman Empire took over,
exactly. Like lines were different then.
Yeah, we're all kind of the same people. Like I don't know, maybe someone might get offended, but like even in the food, it's like everyone has their own version of like baklava or like gyro, like it's like it's all the same.
Yeah, there's like a carbohydrate sandwich type thing. It looks different in different cultures. But
yeah. Either way, it's delicious. I love it. I might get a shawarma after this as well.
Okay.
You should?
Yeah.
So you were in the esports world, yeah? Like what was your main sport?
So I came up playing League of Legends. So I played Halo 2 and 3, like casual competitively, like in high school. Like, I'm going to be the best gamer in the world. Yeah. And then I went to MLG Anaheim, like 2013, got my ass kicked and was like, oh, I suck at this. I'm actually nowhere near good enough to like be, it was like right when people were starting to stream games on the internet and you realize that there's actually good players out there and that your small town isn't indicative of your skill in like a broader pool.
Yeah.
And I switched to StarCraft and then League of Legends.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah. So I played StarCraft 2 for a long time, was mediocre. And in League of Legends, I was actually kind of good in college. Nice. And so I joined, we had an esports club in college. We actually won the collegiate championship. It was called Ivy Law at the time against University of British Columbia. So we took the Canadians down for America, which was great.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's one win for me. I'm going to keep track of it. But even though we had won that, I still wasn't anywhere near good enough to be like an esports guy. So I just started emailing esports teams. I was like, hey, I know about this industry. I've competed in it. I know all these people. Let me work for you. Sure. And then Steve Aronset, who was at the time at Curse, now CEO of Team Liquid, was like, hey, fuck it, man. Sure, you can have a job. And so it was like unbelievably lucky that I just like emailed him one time. Cool. He gave me a job. And then I worked in esports for years. I was like a team manager and then a general manager.
For Liquid?
For Liquid, yeah. For Curse for a couple of years, for Liquid for like a year. And then more recently, I went to Patreon and worked some tech jobs in San Francisco. I got back into esports because I missed it with the team Genji.
Yeah,
I know from League of Legends. Yeah, I was the general manager of Genji for like 3 years.
Cool. Awesome.
And then during COVID, we had like a Counter-Strike team, a bunch of other teams. And I hate to say this because like I love esports and I love players. They are miserable to work with when there's no events.
Sure.
Like the joy of it was like, you know what, we're going to go to an event. Yeah. We're going to have fun, camaraderie, bond. Yeah. When that didn't exist during COVID, and they were just like in their apartments all day and like screaming at me and each other. I couldn't handle it anymore. I had started streaming and it was going like okay, and so I left and haven't been back, unfortunately.
That's funny. We used to play a lot of StarCraft 2. Like,
really?
I love StarCraft 2.
Yeah,
that's like one of the only like, well, not the only games, but I still follow that scene today, even though it's like kind of dying. But like I'm very like.
I dropped off after Wings of Liberty, but every so often I'll watch an event like a Home Story Cup or something. It's like, dude, who are these people still playing? What's going on?
Yeah.
You know, I like
Does Home Story Cup still happen? That was my favorite tournament.
I think it might not be called Home Story Cup anymore.
One recently too.
Did they?
I think maybe.
I feel like they say that every year.
I think there was like a spiritual successor where it was like it was Take doing it, but it wasn't Home Story Cup or something. It was in an apartment. I watched something. It was in the last couple months. And it was fun. Yeah. But now I don't recognize the units because like I played so much Wings of Liberty that it's a little harder to watch.
With the game, yeah.
Yeah. You're like, wait, what's happening here?
I see like a Protoss unit and I'm just like, I bet that's good.
Yeah, I'm actually going to expose myself for not knowing, but there's ones that shoot like these slow moving balls and I'm like, what are they doing? Disruptors, dude. Everything looks so different to me now.
I mean, it is a different game entirely. Like they've changed up like the economy and like units and everything, and I like it. Like I do think it's a good game, but I mean, it's just sad that like the sport in general is kind of like dying out.
Like RTS. I have a friend who got really into Age of Empires too, like the remaster, and a lot of people are playing it. It has a relatively robust esports scene for the size of the game, but like RTS is just, it's too hard.
I think it's hard to as a spectator to follow as well, right?
And as a player, right? It's just like it's mono. Your APM has to be insane. Yeah. You have to know everything about the game, and if you lose, it's only your fault, and it's embarrassing, and they laugh at you. Versus 5v5 or
is this the new one that's coming out? Is it Stormgate? What's it called?
Oh, the StarCraft people are making something. I played the demo a while back.
Can't remember. That's crazy. Yeah, but the game thing is funny. Like that was me and my brother with Smash. We were like, we're so good at Smash Bros. Melee. And then we like showed up to a tournament because we were the best in our friend group by a mile. Like we, and then we would just play for like hours and hours every day. And then we went to a tournament. We're like, we're gonna do great here. We're gonna like place.
How'd that go?
We both got out like in the first round.
Yeah, that's how it goes. And everyone has that experience. Yeah. I've played Super Smash Bros. Melee since I was a kid, and then I got really into the competitive scene in like 2014 around time. There's I don't know if you guys watched the Smash Doc.
Which one? There's
there's the 2014 Samox one, which was like the original, and then he started trying.
Yes,
the music's great too. Yeah. If you haven't seen it, and if someone's listening and hasn't seen it, it's amazing. It's the most amazing video game documentary that's come out. It literally reinvigorated a scene that was kind of like on its last legs around the time internet came out, and so I got really into it with my friends, and I've gone to so many, locals, majors, super majors, and the best I've ever gone is 2-2 in bracket.
Crazy.
Like I've never made it to a Sunday. I'm ass compared to everyone, and I played so much and practiced so hard.
Smash is the only game that like really makes me sad for esports. Not because I think it's got a great scene and everything. It's more just like I feel like it could, if Nintendo wanted it to be, it could be the thing that turns esports into like a global phenomenon, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Because the IP is so strong, right?
It sells an unbelievable amount of copies. Everyone buys Smash. A new Nintendo console comes out, it's like, well, you have to get Smash so I can play with my friends. It's
100%.
like the Mario Kart fighting games.
Well, and there's like Pikachu in there, like Mario.
Yeah, no matter what game you like.
Yeah.
Even it's going crazy. It's like tons of crossover from other consoles and developers, and a bunch of anime stuff now that even I don't know. It's like
also
Persona
easy,
guys.
It's easy to follow. It's a fighting game, right? So it's not that complex.
And
for
it's a simple fighting game. It's not like you have to learn crazy combos. You just hit them off the screen.
Exactly.
Literally just hit them.
And so I feel like if they really invested in it, I know like Dota, League, Valorant, like these all have like big events, but I feel like legitimately, I feel like Smash could be done in like stadiums, like proper stadiums. Like I know some other esports are, but like I just see it like you see the vision, and then we global. Like I think people would go like all over the world, and they could that's the one where I'm just like, part of me like dies inside because I'm like, damn it would be so good for the scene, and then good for all other esports because it would legitimize it even more in people's heads. You know,
can we just Nintendo, if you're watching,
they're not.
Hey,
Nintendo,
they don't listen. I'll tell you that.
please.
As someone who's been like in the Ludwig universe and put on tons of Smash events, they get like, tens of thousands of views. And it's like, Nintendo, you should like this, right? They're like, actually, no, don't say our name. Don't even think about saying our name. Wait, I'm sorry. Are you using an adapter to use that controller? You're banned, buddy.
I guess I do. Okay, to be fair, and not to like go too deep into like the Smash controversies, but I get why as a brand they're like, we don't want to mess with any like pro players who one day come out doing something crazy or something and like ruins the
fair.
Because that kind of every now and then that happens with every it happens with any sport. It happens with like football, but like the NFL, you see what happens with the NFL when a player kind of steps out of line. They're like, it's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah,
like I think I feel like Nintendo just doesn't want to deal with that baggage of like dealing with personalities.
Which is a reasonable take, right? It's like, hey, we just make video games.
Yeah.
Like you can buy the video game and play it, but please stop like trying to make it more than it is. But it's really frustrating that I've met some of the most like passionate, kindest people that are like doing this out of a love of a game that they played when they were a kid, and they're getting like shut down. Oh no, you're not allowed to use frozen stadium. So Pokemon Stadium in Smash, it changes, it makes a mountain on there. It ruins everything. The people have modded it, so it's just normal. It's just two platforms in there, and then Nintendo fines them, thousands of dollars and stuff like that. So it's frustrating.
Yeah, stuff like that, it seems like the extreme. I get when the brand is like, oh, I don't want to be associated with this space because like for whatever reasons, like we don't want this to reflect.
Brand risk is way more reasonable than like, hey, we don't sell copies of Super Smash Bros. Melee, so we don't want you hosting tournaments. Like you're not actively like promoting our newest title and stuff like that, which it's very big for them.
In that case, should we do like a Nintendo gamers? If you're watching this, please stop stepping out of line.
Yeah, I'm actually so far now that I'm older and now that I'm like, dude, fuck Nintendo. It's actually so frustrating. I'll be the one to say it. You guys don't have to say it. I'll be the one to say it.
Wait, can we say that?
No, I like Nintendo still.
They make good games, but they're so frustrating. They're unbelievably frustrating.
I've thought about this a lot with Nintendo specifically because they're the only game maker that I think has like such a strong quality brand. Like I know if I'm buying a Nintendo, like a company I fucking can't stand is Square Enix. Like because I loved Final Fantasy growing up, and they really broke me with 2 games, Kingdom Hearts 3. God awful piece of shit when it came out.
And Kingdom Hearts 1 is maybe my favorite game of all time.
Same.
First time I cried at a video game.
Yeah, I love that game so much. And 3 took so long to come out, and then it was just garbage.
I mean, it came out like 6 years ago.
I know.
I was like an adult. I tried playing it. I actually quit halfway through.
It was bad. It was just bad gameplay.
Tough.
And then the other game was Final Fantasy, is it 15? The one with
is 15 the MMO?
No. Oh, maybe it's 14. Maybe it's 14.
I'm not a huge Final Fantasy guy besides like Tactics Advance.
It was just another one that they put out that like wasn't a complete game. And then they like to get backstory on the characters that you played with, you have to get like the DLC.
Sure.
And then like to get the pre-story of like all these events that you needed to know, you have to watch like an anime movie that they put out. And to get this other story, you had to watch, like it was just such a train wreck of a rollout. And I was just like, I think at that point I was just like, I'm never buying a Square Enix game the day it comes out again.
Right.
Because it's like $80. It's not a finished game. And then and then what everyone says is like, oh no, it's good now. Like 2 years after with updates. And I'm like, then I'll just wait 2 years for like, I'm never going to do it and buy it at like price. Nintendo doesn't have that for me. For Nintendo, for the most part, like there's maybe like 1 or 2 examples, but like when they put out a game,
it's a cohesive product.
It's a really fucking good
Wasn't
product.
this a thing that happened with Rare?
For which game?
Like Rare Studio, because they were putting out like really, really great content, and then like I think Microsoft bought them.
Microsoft did buy Rare,
and then suddenly you had like the worst games ever coming out of Rare
that
Studios.
happens with every like that's just unfortunately that's like a sad cycle of life where it's like a group of friends gets together, makes something, it's a labor of love, people like it, big company buys it, some people are pushed out. It's happening right now with like I don't know if you guys ever played Disco Elysium.
No, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's like a very popular game.
Is that it's the one where you're shooting and entering, right? Like it's like the Miami style game?
No. Disco Elysium is like you are a detective. It's like a really interesting isometric art style, walking around a city and trying to solve this murder. But it is like deeply political, well-written, robust story. And they were bought out, or like this, investment came in, pushed out all the original guys. And so now there's like 2 studios that are making the sequel to Disco Elysium. And one is like corporate shills and one is like these guys, but people don't know that. And so it's like technically Disco Elysium 2, the sequel is going to be like a game that no one likes. And it just is like really miserable. These kinds of things happen.
Also, so in Nintendo's defense, for Nintendo people, like they're the only company I know that is still putting out like complete full game. Maybe Naughty Dog does a good job of it too, but like very few studios and very few game makers are actually putting out like complete games, and they still do updates, but it's like, I don't know, I can't remember the last Nintendo game I bought outright that I was like disappointed in the product that I played.
Right. It's not like you turn it on, it's like, oh, a battle pass that I have to do every day, otherwise I'm not getting half the content.
Exactly. And then even on Smash, like they have the battle pass, but like you have like 30 characters without that, you know what I mean? Like you don't
I think
really,
there's only like 12 DLC characters.
Yeah,
right?
You don't really need it to play like and enjoy the game. So it's kind of just like that's my one defense on Nintendo. Like whatever shitty practices they have in these other places, I'm just like, if it results in them keeping their focus and putting out good games for the consumer or whatever, like honestly, like fuck it. I'll deal with no Smash esports if it means that, like,
if I can play Super Mario Odyssey, like the game's beautiful. It was great. It came out as a full experience. I didn't need anything else.
Jacob sometimes throws up the thumbs up. Can you settle a debate? Actually,
sure, I would love to.
Is the thumbs up passive aggressive?
Oh,
if someone
does you mean thumbs up emoji?
No, I'm saying like,
is there a difference between emoji and real life?
I think both.
Okay, well, to me they're very different. Give an example. So say something and that you would do a thumbs up to, or that he would do a thumbs up
to. Hey, great job today. Right?
Well, you did it like that.
Like what? Like
first of all, this argument that we've had is not about in-person thumbs up, because I never do this. Like, when was the last time you said something and I was just like,
you do it on stream all the time.
On stream, that's different.
How is it? Okay, now that's different.
What?
How is that different?
I just mean, like, you didn't, like, we don't come off the stage and you played a good show and I'm like, hey, Dave, good job. I don't do that. I don't like pat you on the back.
You really ripped today.
I guess, then it's the thumbs up as a response to, hey, I did all this today. Let me know what you think. And I'm like,
thumbs up.
Like on a thumbs up emoji.
Like a react to a message.
A reactor message.
Okay. I think this is a generational divide, because I'm a thumbs upper. I love a thumbs up. I like to give thumbs up. I like to receive thumbs up. To me, it's like, we're on the same page. Everything is working. You don't need to like be anxious about something. Thumbs up means settled. But young people, I think thumbs up is passive aggressive.
Well,
like if a boss in Slack sent them a thumbs up, they might think, oh no, did I do something wrong?
That's so weird though. Where did that come from? Like,
I don't know.
Who tortured these people with thumbs up, passive aggressive thumbs up?
Yeah, it's like the modern day equivalent of not using punctuation. So I'm a millennial. It's like I'm putting exclamation marks, question marks, emojis. Like I want you to know that I don't hate you. Because if I see something that is just like period, there's no exclamation points, that person might hate me. And I think this is the modern day version of that. A thumbs up might be period punctuation.
If I do a ... I'm just thinking. But if someone sends me a ... I'm like, what's your problem?
Right, exactly.
What's your issue?
Well, you better not do that ...
Yeah. Okay, so that we've decided, do we agree? Because like this is the second time you've lost this argument. We also did this on stream. We had a poll and like thumbs up not being passive aggressive one, and now we're talking.
I didn't know I was gonna get like out millennialed. So
that is the problem. I'm just like a huge thumbs up guy.
I'm willing to accept that it's a generational divide. Yeah. For the thumbs up.
Okay, fine. We'll say that it's
I'll accept that.
So for the kids out there, like, don't thumbs up.
Yeah, kids, if you're watching this, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It doesn't mean someone hates you. Yeah,
it just means great.
And it might mean they're proud of you. It might mean they love you. You know what I mean?
It could be a lot.
It's just a good thing.
Hey, can we settle another debate? I've talked about this somewhere else, but
this rules.
Yeah. This is a real pet peeve of mine, is when someone says they've read a book but they've only listened to the audiobook.
Oh, this is a tough one.
Yeah,
this is like a Jordy and not. I don't know if there's an answer to this one.
I have an answer, but you start. Please.
I
So I guess the prompt is listening to an audiobook the same as reading a book?
Okay. Is it the same? No.
Okay.
But are we allowed, we can have a conversation about the book, right? So I think what I would do is like, oh, I read that. Well, actually I listened to the audiobook. Just because I don't want it to be untoward. I don't want them to think that I'm lying about something that I have done. But maybe I'm just anxious about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
if someone told me they read a book and I found out later after the fact that they had only listened to an audiobook, that's fine.
Yeah, look, I'm not sitting here being like, oh, you're immoral for saying that you're lying to me.
Right.
It's more like I meet people every now and then who are like, oh, I read a lot. And then really...
Oh, yeah, that's a whole different conversation.
Good. I was like, because you're not reading, you're listening.
I'm a voracious reader.
Yeah.
It's like they're driving to work listening to an audiobook, not even paying attention, right?
Okay, good. At least we're on the same, because that one I think we have to agree. You can't claim that you're a voracious reader.
Because it's like, what is their intention with saying that? They want you to think a certain thing,
yes.
right?
Yeah. All right,
great. Okay. My only nuance on this is that like it's contextual. Like it matters how many books you read in a year. Like I have a friend who posts, she'll post like stories of the books that she's reading.
Yeah.
And it's like a huge stack of physical books.
Okay.
If I found out that like one of those books, audio, I'd be like, not a problem.
Yeah, of course.
You're reading all the time. But if you only listen to audiobooks,
right? I listen to 35 books
and
this
you
year.
haven't touched a book in
on
like a year.
1.5x speed while driving.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean? It's
But
like,
I'm
you're
like,
not getting to the
I'm
heart
like,
of it.
maybe you're not reading.
I want to see a study though too of like people's vocabulary. I have a theory that if you read a lot, like look, also I'm not saying this from a point of like prestige. I don't read like ever. Like I think the last time I read, like sometimes I'll read like nonfiction, but I don't remember the last time I read like a proper book.
That's because you spend all day reading.
No, I read manga. That's why I just read.
I meant like
I guess I
just-
technically read, but I'm not.
I
reading,
meant like
literature.
you're in a lot of like chats. You're in a
sure.
lot of like meetings and that.
No,
kind
but
of thing,
it's just
so.
in general. Like I never was a good reader. I didn't even learn how to read until like way later. And I was a
really?
I was a
You're like
really
a late
stupid. I was in French immersion, and I was really bad at school.
We were both
So-
pretty bad in school.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh,
We
really?
have that in common.
Yeah,
Interesting.
So I think that's why I didn't know how to read until I was like honestly like I want to say 11, 12.
Really?
Like very old. I still remember. I think Harry Potter was the first book I actually read.
Oh, that like locked you in.
Yeah, and I think I don't remember when it came out, but yeah, I think I was maybe like 12 years old or something like that.
Wow.
Because because I was in French immersion, so I was just like, and I was really bad at French, so I was just always kind of confused as to like, is this French? Is this English? What's going on?
Right.
And then Harry Potter in English was like the first proper book I had read. Anyway, point is, I don't really read, so I'm not saying this from like my high horse of like a well-read person.
Yeah,
I'm just
exactly.
saying I still think it's like very different if you. I bet what I'd be curious about is like, do people's vocabulary actually improve from listening to audiobooks versus reading? And I wonder if there's something like that connections that happen in people's brains when they see a word that they haven't seen before,
Right.
and they put it in context into the sentence. Anyway, this is just like my curiosity.
There is something helpful about hearing words because I was the opposite where like my parents were divorced. I didn't like go outside a lot. I was like a nerdy kid, so I was reading constantly.
Yeah.
Which also means that I mispronounced like every word in my vocabulary until I was an adult. I'm still learning words that I've like read in books my entire life. I'm pronouncing them wrong.
so
and being a
yeah.
streamer is like the worst place to do that because then you have like hundreds of people laughing at you. Like, oh my God, he thought that was this word. So it's like such a fascinating
with like
opposite experience.
Duolingo. Because I'm like, I can read and write Spanish at this point, but as soon as I try to speak it, I'm like,
Right.
Like it's just, like you can learn the words written, but as soon as you have to actually talk and speak to somebody,
Right, communicate, like convey and receive information, like the actual core of it.
Very
Which is
different.
so
That's why
hard.
the audiobook thing is interesting because it's like a very different form of consuming information. And
Well, the reason why this sticks out to me is I remember there was like a third grade teacher I had or something that was reading. Do you guys know Charlotte's Web?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
great. I read that book when I was like a kid and I could barely read it, but I read it and I had like, and I understood the story a certain way. And then my teacher, who was like, honestly, I can't remember this guy's name, but God bless him. He was like the most theatrical English teacher that you could ask for. He would put different like characters on for the different characters. And I was like, wait, this character's a woman? Like, I didn't even know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and it was just like all these like details about the book changed in my head and I understood the story differently. And it was only because of like his perspective reading it.
Right.
And that's why in my head, I've always just seen them as different. It's like my interpretation of the book as a reader was very different than this person's interpretation and it colored it differently. And I think like no author, maybe there are today because audiobooks are like more prevalent, but in general, especially for a very long time until audiobooks came out, there's no author would have written a book thinking that it's going to be an audiobook. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
they're writing it. Their thought is that someone is going to crack open a spine and like read through the
And
words.
and there's something about their words and their sentence structure and whatever they're doing that is going to convey like what their intention. So that's kind of why I think like that's why I'm like a bit of a stickler on like I think it's a different meaning.
Right.
Or even like I see this with like I guess maybe because I've read so much manga, and there's like the anime, and then there's the manga, and like so many really good mangaka will like guide your eye with the art and the text, and like it's its own art form to see like how you consume the page, if that makes sense.
Right.
And it's very different than like anime.
Like composition and layout is like supremely important. In
yeah,
this.
and it's important for the story and the impact of like what's happening on the page. And so it's just like it's just a different interpretation. So if you were to like watch an anime version of it, like now you have a director who's interpreted it in a different way.
Right. He had to read the manga originally and try and figure out what the original artist's intent was, then his intent, and how am I going to change this?
And even though the dialogue is the exact same and all the moments are the exact same, it still is like a different way to take it. So anyway, that's okay. Well, wow, we're all agreed. This is great.
Man, look at us.
This is nice. Huh?
Yeah, just three people getting older and agreeing on all the little problems in the world.
It can happen.
Yeah.
What other debates are you trying to solve? What are we going to solve?
I don't know. The last time I did like a radio, it was like pineapple on pizza.
Oh God.
Where do we start? Where do I even begin?
That's tough. I think that is actually one of my pet peeves, which is like faux debates like that.
Yeah.
Which is like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Because I do think there's something interesting about like, hey, should people be able to say they read a book if they did an audio book? Like, what is their intention of saying it? Pineapple on pizza truly doesn't matter at all. I know there's a cat in here. All of a sudden, everyone's like ears perked up.
What?
Yeah, she might come around. She's very vocal. She's very friendly. Oh, there she is. Yeah.
How old's your cat?
She is 10.
Oh, that's not
maybe.
bad.
Yeah. 11. Sorry, 11. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
And then unfortunately, our other cat passed last year, who was 12, and then we have a dog who is 8.
Damn. I had 2 cats in there. Like they both lived quite long. One, like my cat, like it was me and my brother's cat. My cat like passed away a few years ago, and she was just like get into crazy scraps and whatever. But her brother, who's still alive, is like 24.
That's insane.
And I'm like this. And I looked it up recently. I was like, he's like one of the oldest cats to ever live. Like,
right.
I think the oldest cat is actually like something like 30.
That's insane.
Something like that, which is crazy. But
they just look like dust. Even like cats, any cat over 15 looks like, oh, I can't touch it or he will explode.
Yeah, he looks like a pirate. Like he can't see out of one eye. He's like kind of, he hobbles when he walks.
One shoulder's like up for some reason. Teeth are missing.
Smoking a cigarette for some
Yeah, exactly. He's like cooler than me. Like, what the hell?
I thought he was going to die like 2 years ago and he's still going. This guy, like, I think he's going to outlive all of us. Like,
I hope so. That's my dream, is that one day these pets will outlive me versus having to like figure it out. Yeah.
That's what I found out recently about birds. So I'm going to talk about birds for a minute because I love birds.
Dude, that's great.
They live too long.
Really?
Yeah, birds will live like when I was looking into like, oh, should I get a bird?
Right, like an African gray or something.
Yeah,
right?
like a ringtail. Or like there's just all these beautiful like parakeets and cockatiels, and I'm just like, they're so funny and they have so much personality. And I'm learning that like they will only ever live on my phone. They will only ever be on my Instagram reels.
Why don't you want to get a bird?
Because there's 2 things. They shit every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
They
and
are
everywhere.
Constantly pooing.
Sure.
Constantly.
You can get bird diapers.
I've never seen that.
You've never seen a bird diaper?
No.
Oh, I had a friend that had pigeons, and she had pigeon diapers.
I can't imagine the bird likes it.
Yeah, you know, now that I think about it, maybe that was rude to the pigeon.
So that was the one thing. The other thing is that they outlive you. Like they just like they get.
Isn't that a benefit?
Yeah, isn't that great?
I guess I wouldn't want the bird to be sad in a world where I
guess I don't. Yeah, because I feel bad for because you know you'll have like a parrot that lives to like 100 years, and I'm like someone in my family is getting this bird, whether they like birds or not. Like, so it's just like it's a huge undertaking.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. My piano teacher, when I was a kid, had a parrot that was like 56 years old or something.
It's very, very
I always
long
thought it was
time.
kind of cool. I was like,
it is cool.
And it was her sister's, and then her sister passed away and she gave.
You inherit birds.
Yeah,
right. It's
I don't know
really
if she liked that bird.
It's a commitment. It's not just you.
It's a family commitment.
When you buy a bird, you're like, my whole family is committing to this bird. That
it's like having a child where it's like I have to do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah, and you will always have this basically like the intelligence of a 6-year-old in your house, constantly pooing everywhere
and screaming, probably
screaming and not sleeping for like 100 years.
Well, I'll just say it. That's one reason you just shouldn't have a bird because they're birds. What do you like? You know what I mean? Like I feel like birds.
I think I'm in the same boat as you. Yeah.
My other debate is I think having birds in captivity is immoral. Like I don't think it's a good idea.
I think people shouldn't have birds.
Yeah. I think I'm all for people having pets, but not birds.
Yeah. But not if any Instagram bird influencers are watching this.
Yeah, and want to have a bird podcast. I would love to hang out with the bird. I would love to play with a bird.
I need your bird videos. So please keep making them.
I think if birds are if it's like with any animal, if like you're rescuing it or whatever, like that's one thing. But I do find that like if you're buying like an exotic bird, that bird was like probably taken from somewhere, and it's a bird. Like
my mom.
Is there any other animal that needs to go? Actually, you know what?
Like a tremendous amount of space.
Well, do you know what? Okay, might out myself as a shark head.
Okay. We got a bird head, we got a shark head.
Do you know a lot about sharks?
I don't know that much about sharks. They have to keep moving, right? Because I know that. They don't actually attack people very often, if ever.
There's a shark 400 years old currently.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty crazy.
My favorite shark fact is no humans have never been able to successfully keep a great white shark in captivity.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they always escape.
Mm-hmm. They escape?
Yeah, they like grow legs and they no.
I feel like the humans aren't trying very hard. At a certain point, like he can't get out of the water.
You've never seen two sharks with a trench coat?
No, they just straight up die. Like
really?
Yeah, they die like very quickly.
Like way earlier than they would. I'm saying
no, like not even like within years. It's like within a couple weeks.
Oh,
like they'll die very fast, and no one really knows why. They're like not sure if it's like the perfect like salt balance of the water, or if it's like just that they will start to like refuse to be being fed, and maybe they're just like such natural predators that they just won't eat if it doesn't feel like it's
right.
Like
if it was handed to them or something.
Yeah, and whatever the reason is, it's just never been done. I think the longest, I can't remember the exact time, but I think it's somewhere around like 20 days is the longest.
Can I just say I've been bamboozled by animal facts that end with and no one knows why.
Oh yeah,
it's such a thing. Like I read a fact that was like a duck's quack does not echo, and no one knows why. And then I was like, way too old to realize like that's just a lie. a duck quack echoes like any other sound, but they're like scientists don't know why.
I love scientists don't know why because it's never a scientist saying that.
Yeah, right? It's like a guy they just haven't looked into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they're busy. I don't know.
Okay, well this one is real.
I promise you. Scientists don't know why.
It's not real. Evie, did you fact check me? How long? What's the longest?
The longest it's lasted in captivity is 198 days.
That is still
tremendous.
That's over half a year.
And that's probably like the one.
And no one knows why.
This cat was 38.
38 for a cat?
Wow.
That's insane.
That is.
Is that actually like a validated 38? Because people love to lie for records.
I don't know. It's in the Guinness.
If it's in the Guinness Book of World Records, I'm going to assume that they did some fact checking more than I did.
Yeah. But still, 180. That's still like you just can't keep them alive. Like great white sharks, I think can live for like 100 years, but in captivity they just die like very
they're like
quickly.
prehistoric beings, right? They were like swimming around the ocean in the time of dinosaurs.
So that's how I feel about birds.
I understand. So you're saying I should get a shark?
I say
you're saying I should get a pet shark?
Put them in the ocean. Go visit them every so often.
Hamster. What happened to hamsters?
I had a hamster.
You did?
He's my first pet.
What happened?
Really?
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, they die very fast.
They're so fragile. They're just so like anything. You change the water.
Yeah.
pH,
wake up there on their
pH
back.
level. They're like, oh no.
Yeah. A dwarf hamster was my first pet.
A dwarf hamster.
Yeah. So it was like very small. Yeah. I was terrified of it. I've since learned that I don't like fast animals.
No, they scurry.
Yeah, they
really
scurry,
quickly.
they bite,
and they're trying to get away.
Everywhere. It's like I'm a turtle guy, I'm a sloth guy, I'm like I have a cat, she's very slow. I don't like things that like unnerve me, that move too quickly.
No, I get that. Yeah, when I had a hamster, his name was Buddy. He lived to be 100 years old. Can you believe that?
And scientists don't know why.
And scientists to this day don't know why. I would put him down. And the second he hit the table, he's like, he's gone. And I'm like, you don't want to be here. Yeah. Like, very clearly, this hamster wants to
They never
leave.
learn who you are. You know, like I had like 3 hamsters.
Yeah.
They never know who you are.
Yeah, there's no like tenderness between
the
relationship.
Well, if you walked up to this house right now and you were 200 feet tall and you were like, hey, Dave, I would also not want to hang out with you. Do you know what I mean? like a hamster looks at you and it's like this giant golem.
Picks you up, maybe moves you a little too quickly.
And I'm like, I get it. Like, you don't want to hang out with me. I'm like 300 times larger than you. I think it makes sense. Sure, man.
So no hamster, no birds.
Sorry, I never get a chance to talk about these things. I'm
that's
really, really
we gotta
happy
send you
to
on
be here.
podcasts more often.
Anytime you want.
This is what podcasts are. You did it. Your first one. You're getting it all off your chest.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, the thumbs up.
He was prepping like he wanted to talk about like all his perception of
all the podcast topics.
Like we got to talk about women.
The problem with women.
Classic podcasting. You
mean? Sorry. Let me grab my hat.
Sorry. Yeah, let's go to Austin real quick. We got stuff to do.
Let me put on my backwards hat. And big headphones. I just love talking about animal facts. So thank you.
David genuinely has like the most earnest Instagram feed you'll ever see. I've never seen this before. If you pull it up, it's only animals and like
baby
positive.
elephants.
That's amazing.
Birds.
And it never tries to get you off it, because sometimes I'll have like this kindly curated where it's like, oh, I'm getting like musical theater TikToks. But then every so often it's like, you got to be an alpha male. And I'm like, oh God,
I'm
get out of here.
I'm going to be real with you. That was, you had a different experience than me because your Twitter is like my Instagram.
Oh, your Twitter is good.
And it's so good.
Okay.
My Twitter is that where
really?
I think, I don't want to say names, but I searched some political figure
Sure.
during some event that was relevant.
Okay.
And Twitter was
in the last
like,
couple weeks, I imagine.
and Twitter was like, we found our guy. Let's send him all this garbage.
It is crazy how quickly looking at one tweet means that like the next 100 you see on your timeline are that thing.
I didn't, because I knew I would always, anytime I'm on Twitter, I don't type any keywords ever. I just click, I scroll, I go, like or follow or unfollow.
Back forward, you're a one-finger Twitter user.
Usually unfollow. And the one time I searched like a name, it was over for me. Twitter was just like, we got one.
That's crazy.
Reel them in. I was just like, well, I have to log out now.
It's crazy that they do that because it works. That's what's really scary when you think about it. Obviously, like you guys.
So who's your favorite alpha male creator?
So, oh man, buddy, there's too many out there. In fact, by saying I have a favorite, it means I'm not an alpha male. I'm my favorite alpha male. But it's like so sad that is how it works. Is that like when I was a kid, I was a little late to the internet and we had dial-up and stuff, but there was no world where I could get radicalized in that way. And now it's like, man, I probably would have been. Like I had a very supportive, like left-leaning family, but the internet's just weird. Yeah. Everyone's self-conscious about stuff. It's like maybe I'm skinny or maybe I'm fat and I want to change this about myself. Maybe girls don't like me, maybe boys don't like me. And then like they just latch onto that immediately.
I feel very lucky because like we love the creator space. Like you and I love like YouTubers, and I know you had Jarvis Johnson on. All these like Chad and all these YouTubers that I love watching and stuff. And I always want to get involved in these like areas, but I just feel lucky that we just get to write music and like still get to kind of engage with internet culture and like the things that I like without getting so deep into it, because it is just this very big scary place.
Yeah, and you mentioned like being aware of the parasocial aspect of it and like doing things to curtail that immediately, especially when you're like a Jarvis or a Chad. It's like, it is your name and it is your opinions that matter. Yeah. Those are the only things that people are watching for. It's like, it's helpful if you're funny. It's helpful if you're smart.
It's nice to be part of a group.
Yeah. And you become a leader, which is very scary.
I think we've been lucky in that like, it's not just like social media. We've taken this approach just with the band in general. We write a lot of songs that are about personal experiences, not necessarily like, and there's nothing wrong with that. I grew up like my favorite music is like punk rock. It's how I learned how to play guitar. It's most of the music I listen to. Punk rock's very political. It's very like about like really raging against like governments or other issues or whatever.
Raging against anything. It could be the family unit. It could be,
and it's great.
We should start a band, by the way, called Rage Against the Anything.
I'm just angry.
But that's like a particular type of music where like it makes sense. Then you go to like a show, a punk rock show, and then the singer will be talking about that or something. They'll be like, this song is about this, or like this current event that's happening, or like we're gonna whatever protest it. I'm not saying we don't care about those things. We definitely do, but it's not part of the project necessarily in terms of like the music that we write or even like the themes that we talk about. We mostly talk about like shitty relationships, like things that like are like weird that I set up the thing about like the parasocial, like they are very personal things, but it's like told through our songs. But I think that's led to us having this more approach with music of like, we are entertainers and that's like our main job / like, especially at the live show, like we're not there to like preach any of our own ideals. And I think that also helps with the parasocial relationship because people aren't looking to us like, okay, I don't even remember what the context is of this, but like I remember Selena Gomez like didn't comment on some world event. And everyone was like, fuck Selena. Like, Selena, what do you think about this thing? And I was like, what do you guys care what Selena Gomez thinks about this? Like she's not a politician. She's not like she
doesn't wield political power here.
Like what do you think she's like? She could think anything about this and it's not going to change anything. You know what I mean?
And when she says something, the other half doesn't stop. And it's like, now I hate Selena Gomez because she did say something.
And is it going to be the thing she does say, is it even going to be well researched, or is she just saying it because she feels pressure to say something on it? You know what I mean? And I was just like, it doesn't, like, I don't think people should look to like content creators or honestly like musicians or celebrities to like get information about anything realistically that isn't specifically about the thing they do. So if you want to ask Selena like her thoughts on like acting, like great, like I'm sure she's got a million things to tell you, or like the shitty problems about the music industry or the movie industry. Like I guarantee you she's got amazing
no, it's all perfect, man.
I don't know. I think
thanks for not DMCAing me.
Please don't strike this.
Hey, well that's like our main thing is like we just don't like focus on that stuff. We're not really as like we don't care as much about getting our personal takes on things to be shown through, because it just doesn't really matter for the thing that we're working on the most of our time. You know, it's more about like other things.
We also find our own ways to get involved in the stuff that we care about on a personal level. Just not
it doesn't have to be the band or like you as a member of the band.
Because there's 5 of us.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of,
and that's 5 human beings with 5 very different perspectives on things. Yeah.
Well, it's also like the other thing I think about this, because it's not that we don't care. It's not like we've as a band we've donated to certain things and we've raised money and we've done like charity shows. It's not like we don't do anything. It's more just like it's not the focus. And it's also like one thing I worry about the most is like every now and then, like earlier on we were a little bit more active and stuff like that, and we just like got it wrong a few times.
That's like human. That is a thing that happens.
But my worry is that like, you know, we could get it wrong. We might even say that we got it wrong, but is the person who saw the initial thing going to see the second thing?
No one sees the retraction. No one sees the edit. No one sees anything.
I don't think so, because the retraction is not usually as like captivating as the initial thing, right?
Sure.
And then that always worries me, because like I don't want to influence, like you said about like you become a leader. I don't want to influence a kid into thinking something that like I don't even think. You know what I mean? Like I might have thought in the moment, but I might not think that like a month later, because I'm someone like, for me personally, like I try to consume information, change my mind. Like that's part of me, but like not everyone operates like that.
And
so,
it's
like,
something that can exist in like a human community level. It's totally fine if you go to like a PTA meeting and you're wrong and you talk to people and apologize. But like the megaphone of the internet is so weird.
Yeah. 100%.
And the algorithm sending you those things. So it's like you say one thing, you retract it, you don't believe it. I was wrong. I didn't have all the information. But not only is that thing being amplified, people's responses to that thing are being amplified. I am someone who is, you know, albeit now embarrassed about it, like did a lot of early drama content that came from like a side of like, hey, I'm like a normal human being and like, let's learn about this thing that I thought was like fine and healthy.
Yeah.
And I realized that like, it doesn't matter. Like the stuff that does well, all of a sudden that stuff's the only stuff that people want to watch. And then people come to you and like they did Selena Gomez, like, what is your opinion on this thing? And it's like, well, wait, why would I have one? I don't know this person. And so I had to, very quickly disavow, and it's scary.
How long was that process for you? Like
I'm still disentangling.
Really?
It's like, cause it was doing extremely well because of like the algorithm and the way that stuff goes. And I'm just, I'm going to have a kid, man. It's like, this is weird. I can't do this.
Yeah.
And it wasn't drama of like, we got to rile up people for the alt-right. It was like, dude, Logan Paul did a thing. Like, what happened? Let me learn about it. You know, it's like, oh, this is kind of interesting.
Just
it's in my niche.
like just
it's just like literally
commentary,
commentary on something. And even that is like, oh, I don't really feel good that like that was what people thought I was in the world.
That's
so
interesting.
It's fascinating.
I think I saw like Ludwig did a similar proclamation, right? I think with like Mogul Mail.
He stopped doing Mogul Mails. I was basically
reason.
Mogul Mail content was like the content I was doing as well.
Okay.
Very similar of like this thing happened, or like Moist Critical stuff Charlie does. Like this thing happened in the culture. Let me give my opinion on it.
Yeah.
And you can kind of defend that by being like, I'm just a guy, but I think that's weak.
I don't think there's anything wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like I watch people's versions of this.
Me too. It's fascinating. There's a reason why it's successful.
But I think it's totally fine for you to decide, like, I don't want that to be how I engage.
In the same way that you're like, hey, the music is forefront and like we're going to have these and we will talk about them, but it doesn't have to be like the...
Yeah. And I think for us, again, there's like one other element is like, again, we take the job of like entertainment kind of maybe more seriously than we should, but like, we really care that someone has escaped from the shit that we're talking about. You know what I mean? Because like the internet can be so unfun.
I feel this very deeply.
Yeah, no, we want to provide almost like a safe haven for someone to kind of like escape down a rabbit hole that is just fun. Yeah. And like
even if it's only for like a song or an album or a concert.
Exactly.
Is like, and I think that's what's so cool about like your set design and some of the visuals is like, I think I said it earlier as like a playground, but like that is so fun to be able to just for like a minute disassociate with like other things that you have going on in your life and just hang out with like-minded people that are having a good time.
That stuff is important. Like I didn't even realize I really recently, like I went to, I hate saunas and like, there's this like cult like thing at Toronto. I won't say the name, but it's like you go to the sauna and then you go into like a cold bath or a cold plunge. I hate this stuff because it's like, one, it's $50. And it's like pretty much torture. It's like you're putting yourself in this like ice bath for 2 minutes. And it's like, why would I pay money to do this? But my partner loves it. She loves it. So it was date night and she got to pick the night for the
so it's sauna night.
Yeah, she's like, it's sauna. You can't have your phone in there. But like, I remember I was so angry about something. I got really riled up about something right before that night. And I was like all like stressed and like I was like upset about it.
All these kids eating pineapple on the pizza.
I can't believe it. No, but the one thing that happened is like when I put my phone away for it's like an hour and a half thing. When I put my phone away and I did that thing and I just like was completely had to focus on it because it is like torture. Like you go into this ice bath and you're like, why the fuck am I in this?
Hold on.
It is torture.
I feel like I've not taken your side at all today. I hate ice baths.
Good.
I love the sauna though. Dude, I'll be in the hot tub and I'll go, I don't do the ice bath.
Yeah, sauna is chill. It's the ice bath portion. That
and
is
going
the
back and forth. No, I'm not doing that.
Wait, why am I defend? I hate them too.
Oh, do you really? Okay, I do good.
I'm like weird. I'm like defending.
Well, you were like torture. Come on.
Come on. No, because our singer's not here, and he is like resident spa.
He loves that.
He loves. If he could like live in a spa, he would.
Yeah.
He's constantly going back every 10 minutes. He's going back and forth between everything.
But what I will say about that experience is it just disconnected me from what I was currently like raging about or focused on. And by the time I got out, I was so calm, and I was just like, wow. And it wasn't. I don't think it was even the setting. It was just like not. Like just disassociating and having to focus on something else.
Unplugging for just a second. Yeah. It's like I get that a lot going on vacation, which is very scary to do as a Twitch streamer because like every day you're away, you're like, they forgot about me. Yeah. Everyone hates me. No one's going to watch me anymore. But then you go on like a weekend vacation, you go camping or something, you're like, wait, this rules. Yeah. This is like what humans are supposed to do. This is like what life is supposed to be. And it gets very tough because then you plug back in and you have to.
Guys, I'm not a doctor, but I do think cold plunges are pseudoscience. I think it's made up.
I think so too. I mean, I think so as well.
I think Big Ice is just trying to sell you on.
Yeah, and the whole thought it shocks your system and gets things. I don't know. I'm not a cold shower guy.
You do anything that like hits your nervous system, like you're gonna feel good.
Do anything intentionally, and you're gonna feel something, right? Like it's just that taking an action makes you feel.
I think it's just hard. It's the same as going for a run. It's like I think you're doing something that is difficult. So when you've done anything that is difficult, you immediately feel
accomplished.
But imagine you could do something difficult for 15 seconds instead of 30 minutes.
What can you do 15 seconds difficult?
The cold plunge.
No,
I know that. Oh, yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Technically, and so people are getting their like dopamine from like the easiest version of a hard thing.
It's like fast food doing something hard. It's like how I would describe.
Yeah. No, I think that's why it's so popular because it makes people feel this accomplishment.
And it's remarkably easy. To be fair, I'm calling it easy. I can't do it.
No, it sucks. I'm
a big baby.
I'm a huge baby. I'm literally the biggest baby in the world.
I just go into the hot tub and I'm like, I'll just be here all day.
I do the like medium tub, hot tub, and then like steam room, and then back to medium tub, hot tub, steam room. That's it. Yeah.
You're doing a warm cycle.
Yeah, exactly. Truly, and it kind of
get warm and then really warm and then warm again.
Yeah. Have you guys been to Wii Spa here?
No.
Oh, Wii Spa's
cool.
Spot? Yeah, it's like the same thing you're talking about, right? They have all this stuff. It's actually only $30 all day pass. Ooh, but they have like, the men's area with the tubs and the cold plunge, but then they also have a communal area that has like these big like bead pools. So you just like lay on some beads. Whoa. It's a good vibe. I think I would check it out.
$30 US though. That's like 500 Canadian.
Sorry, 30 US is the exchange rates.
No way, honestly, we should do that.
Do you want to go?
It's in Cape Town. It's very close. It's very easy. And you get a 24-hour pass. If you don't Uber there, you do have to pay to park, which is really annoying because it's expensive. It's like Uber, mandatory valet. So it's way better.
Wow.
Yeah, we should do that.
Hit up Wii Spa.
Yeah, I like. I've been to Japan a bunch of times, and I love like the onsen.
Yeah, me too. I went for the first time a couple years ago with a YouTuber CDog who lives there and gave me and Ludwig and everyone the full tour. We did the onsen every night. It was fucking amazing.
I showed there's a random thing, but a long time ago, CDog came to Toronto with like Trash Taste. They went on tour, and then like I took him around on stream on like
that's amazing.
Showing him around the city and stuff, and that was really fun.
The episode will come out today, but he's the guest right before you guys.
Oh, awesome.
So it'll be CDog into you guys. Yeah,
cool. Cool. We love CDog.
Yeah, he was here for Anime Con or something in LA. There was one of not Anime X, but one of them was here, so he was in town. Yeah,
nice,
awesome.
Which is cool.
Yeah, great guy. It was fun. We got bagels and
he's unbelievably nice. Everyone. It turns out everyone's nice. Yeah, it's so scary to do things, and then it's like, wow, everyone just
Joey's
really nice. Have a good time.
I was saying that yesterday. I was like, why is everyone in LA? Like LA gets such a bad rap.
Yeah.
And I will caveat. I think the creator space is a lot nicer than maybe the traditional
music or
movies
acting,
or film. Yeah, I think those industries are maybe a little bit more cutthroat because it's
because it's more fresh, like the YouTube community.
I think less people have aged enough to be gatekeepers. You know what I mean? Like they haven't been doing it long enough to have like.
Well, I also think you can't really gatekeep in the same way. Like I mean, maybe
where the audience chooses, right? It's like you can get popular abstract of anyone else.
So maybe you have a better perspective on this because like you do it more than we do. But like I feel like it's more of a meritocracy, right? It's like if you do well and you put the work in, like you will find some version of success within that world, whatever that means. Whether it's like you're a short form creator, a long form creator, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever you're doing, like there's some way for you to find your own success entirely on your own merit,
right?
And it doesn't mean that like there aren't opportunities that can be gatekept. Like there's award ceremonies, there's still like all the traditional stuff. There's collaborations, there's like all that stuff that sure that exists and that can be gatekept. But like by and large, like if you want to make it on your own, there's a path. That doesn't exist in acting realistically.
No, not even a little bit.
Like you can't just like act I mean, I guess you technically could on YouTube if you really wanted to.
Yeah,
But in
you
general,
can go to
like,
open casting and get a headshot and pray that you get to be an extra in something for 10 years and take acting classes. But until you meet the right person who remembers you, it's like an impossibility. But like you can put a piece of short form content out every day. Eventually, you know,
we've had a very similar experience with that with music, like because the music landscape has really changed over the years, and like it used to be very like top down. It was very like, you know, up and down, this like very thin spike of either you were like someone that was just chosen by the music industry to be like the champion of music, or you were nobody. So it's like very little like middle ground.
Yeah, sure. We're completely independent.
And nowadays,
you were
it's
like
kind
maybe
of
doing
flattened
like you
out.
were like working at recording studios. You were like background. It's like really hard to make a career as a musician if you weren't like the top of the top.
But I feel like now in like a more modern context, like there is this sort of like middle layer of musicians now where your music, like if you put it up and the algorithms and like, you know, these things that decide like what ends up on playlisting and that sort of thing like picks up, you're going to get listeners. And so like it's like you're not going to get maybe hundreds of millions of listeners, but you do have immediate access to audiences.
And there's at least a lottery ticket there. Whereas like playing in your local bar is like going to be really hard, and selling the CD after the show, it's really tough.
Which we did.
I mean, everyone has to, right? That's how you start, but then the internet comes around.
No, but it's true. Like we have an entire career as musicians, completely independent. We don't own a label. We've never been on a label. And it's like, it's only because like people like it. And then like when we talk about algorithm just means like somebody liked it and triggered some sort of metric.
Watched it for long enough that they think someone else would also watch it.
Exactly. And like shares with a friend or something like that.
And like that's all organic. And like I think that's probably why like I think that's maybe why the creator space feels more fun, because it's kind of like also if you're an asshole, like no one's gonna want to work with you.
Right.
Whereas like again in the acting world, if you're an asshole, like I mean I'm sure people might not want to work with you, but if you have power, like you'll still make those choices.
If you're like a movie producer, we've heard some things, you know, it's like pretty bad. Yeah.
And so like I'm sure there's asshole creators. I'm not trying to say every creator is nice, but we've had more or less like very, very positive experiences being here, which is really awesome. Like,
that rules.
Yeah. I don't know if that's in line with your experience of like the people you work with.
Yeah, I have found that like as someone who came up in content creation like really late in life, like I guess I started streaming at like 28, late in life 28, but compared to like all the kids who are like 16
you're a dinosaur.
and doing other stuff. Yeah, truly. I think that there's a lot of like fear from myself that like I don't really know what I'm doing, and like everyone else is doing it better or faster or more on like the heartbeat of culture. And then you meet other streamers, content creators, like everyone feels the exact same way. No one knows when the gravy train's going to stop. Everyone is scared. No one knows why they're like successful. You know what I mean? It's so weird, but it's very like communal, that even people you meet that you think like might be standoffish or assholes or like proud of their success is like, oh no, they all feel the exact same way of like, this is crazy.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's the worst? Who do you hate?
Oh my God, who's the worst?
Give us the dirt.
I think, and it's like worst in a funny way. And I think that this ties into like some of the bad maybe traits of my own personality, which is that like I am, even as someone who's like very chill, like hyper competitive in games. Okay. I came up in like StarCraft and League and Halo and stuff. And so a lot of times when we'll put on an event, we did like a Ludwig basketball events, and we'll play against these like other young guns that are maybe also a little competitive. There's like a clip of me like headbutting a guy from FaZe named Blaze. He's just like, we're playing basketball and I'm like getting in his face screaming. And so it's like, I think other hyper competitive people in the context of the content. So they're not bad content, being mean content creators. It's like in the moment, it's like they want to win the thing. And I think I have a hard time with that because sometimes my worst traits come out in the same way.
That's funny. Yeah, we don't have that many bad experiences in music either.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like, do we? You're
I'm seeing some laughs off screen.
Like, don't share them.
Yeah.
It's very.
This is a podcast.
Man, we toured with this band, just huge assholes. Yeah.
I thought that's what podcasts were for. We got all excited. We thought we were
and
talking about conspiracy
we can delete if you ended up saying something. You're like, you know what? I actually don't like birds, and I feel weird that I said it, and we can cut.
I need to retract my statement on birds. They're the worst. And also, I watch. So this is embarrassing. I watch a lot of Vanderpump Rules. And
nothing embarrassing about that.
Thank you. That's I feel so safe here. And so. Something that happens like pretty much every episode is like two people that you think are friends are no longer friends.
Right.
And you're like, how did that happen? And it's always like, well, you went on that podcast and you just said a bunch of shit about me to someone else for like an hour just talking shit. So I assumed that today we were just going to...
we were just going to air it all out. Yeah. The band breaks up today.
Here are 10 people I don't like.
Yeah. You didn't have your burn book with you?
Yeah. Exactly.
I want to know who the worst people are.
We'll tell you after.
You want to know?
Yeah.
You don't want to know who the worst creator is? Who to avoid? Who's your...
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
I truly don't think... I mean, there's creators that I actively hate. Like absolutely.
Like
I'll say it right now.
just-
Like but I haven't even met him. So that's like the real hard part.
No, you hate them as
I fucking
creators.
hate Asmongold.
Oh, I see.
I hate him. I can't stand the content he
Sure.
makes. I can't stand like the takes that he has or
Yeah.
the stances that
But
he
you
has.
don't know him you've never met him.
Never
so you
met
don't
him.
know- Yeah,
and
you hate his
honestly, maybe I
content.
meet him and it's like, wow, a nice person. I don't really understand how like there's a dichotomy here that I can't understand.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah. And-
I've met some people who I thought I hated, and then I was like, wait, you're pretty chill. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
And I think that happens more often than the alternative, but
Yeah.
I think it's in a world where people are trying to get audiences and make more money. It can maybe lead to them doing things in front of a camera or burning people on a podcast because they are looking for the fame a la Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah.
And in real life, they're like normal people.
When was the last time you met someone that you thought you hated, and then you were like, wait, this person's great?
12 years ago when I met you. Got him.
Oh, I saw him in class. That guy, I hate him.
We did go to high
hate
school
this
together.
guy.
We
Yeah.
used to play like underground poker in the cafeteria.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was actually like we had a very sophisticated poker. So I used to be a professional poker player very briefly, but we had a very sophisticated poker culture at our. I shouldn't even be saying this. A bunch of high school kids.
Sure.
Organized like what we would do is we would
We
bring
were a
chips.
dice school, not a poker
Yeah.
school. Less skill.
Oh, okay,
It was
yeah.
just, yeah.
Well, you weren't allowed to bring we weren't allowed to ever like show money on the table. So what we had was like fake these like chips that were like very toy looking like chips, and then we'd have a ledger. And
Right.
that someone would just keep a ledger on literally every hand, every bet, who bet what, whatever. We'd have it in this ledger.
Yeah.
And then we'd have this sophisticated like payout system that like someone was in charge of like getting the quarters and two.
Right, you do it off-site.
Yeah.
You
You
could have
do it
people
off-site,
see it,
and then
yeah.
you'd like be collecting debts. And it was just like we did this all. We were like 14 to like the age was like 14 to 17. It was kind of a wild thing. That thinking back on it, I'm like, that's not normal. Like I don't know if other schools had this.
I think it is. And what is acceptable about it is that the problem is nowadays, if you were doing that, you would do it on like DraftKings or
Sure.
like a poker website, and you would just actually like lose a lot of money and ruin your life.
Yeah.
Like doing it with quarters or proxy money, and then like in an environment where failure is not like the end of your life.
Yeah.
You guys remember that kid who like lost $1 million on Robinhood and he went, "Ugh."
What?
And everyone's like,
No,
it's like a famous meme. He like did a bunch of options plays, and you see he's like watching his phone, and it goes like negative 100K in like a second, and he
my
just goes, "Ugh," and you're like, oh no, like this kid ruined his life.
How old is that
God.
kid though?
He was probably like 15. You know what I mean?
That can't be legal, right? Like
Sure, but who knows what happened? What I'm saying is that like, he might have ruined his life. Maybe it was his parents' account.
Sure.
Like they're coming for their money. Like this, it's not like, oh, he's 15. This is all fine.
I feel like in that case, he actually probably doesn't have to pay that. Because
I hope so,
no,
but
because
like,
you legally can't gamble, and
Right,
so
but
that's
like,
like on DraftKings.
wasn't that
for
was
allowing a
someone's
kid to gamble.
that was someone's money, right? Because like he
Yeah,
bought the
I
share,
know,
so it's
but
like, how do you reconcile
In
that?
that case, I guarantee you, like DraftKings would have to reimburse that like out
Right.
of their own pocket because otherwise they would get in shit for like
For
creating-
letting a minor
letting
like,
a minor
or
gamble
something on
and
the
like you
page,
can't
yeah.
like just straight, especially if it's on camera. Like
Yeah,
there's no
yeah,
way that was like but that's still crazy. Yeah.
Great meme though.
Oh, dude, it is. Yeah, and I think about it all the time when something bad happens in my life. I go, it's just you'll look it up. I'll
Wait, did I tell you about my
my
underground Smash Bros betting at?
Oh, I think I know. I've heard of it. I don't remember what it was.
You were a ringer. You were trying to.
Sorry, I
he
just
was
named
a
my own
ringer.
high school. I should bleep that out. No, we were in civics class. That was just computers, right? And our teacher, who was like so checked out, like did not care if you were there or not.
That's so sad thinking about it. Like as a kid, it ruled, but like as an adult looking at it, it's like, oh no.
You would have this like people would start like talking really loudly, and he'd be like, "Guys, come on." And you don't care.
That was it. Yeah, that was the end
you don't
of
really
his,
care.
yeah.
So we had like I would download an N64 emulator on the school computer, and we would launch Smash N64 Smash, and you would bet a toonie on one of the slots, right?
For
one
Americans,
of the 4 slots.
toonie is a $2 like
Sure,
$2
yeah.
$2 coin. Yeah.
Yeah, and you would put a toonie down, a tuner, and you would just get a random computer level 9,
And then you would have it play another.
and then they would fight. Yeah, and so you put $2 down
That rules.
on which one you wanted, and it was always really bad news if you got like Jigglypuff.
Right, versus
you
like
were
Ganondorf.
screwed.
Ganondorf,
Yeah.
level 9 Ganondorf is like the
Yeah.
greatest character in the game. Like that's just free money.
Exactly. Yeah. I think for N64 it was Captain Falcon. If you had Captain Falcon,
that makes sense.
You
Yeah,
were
yeah.
making $8 that day. It's like pretty sweet.
That's
That
so
rules.
funny. You're like, this is very James Steele, whatever your uncle's name was.
Yeah, he passed it
Jimmy
down in the
Steele.
family,
Yeah,
dude. It's a life of crime. You've got it in the blood.
I remember someone once told me they were like, you should like adopt that as like a stage name, and I was like, it's giving kind of adult film star.
It is very
like,
yeah,
Steel.
or like poorly written like Tom Clancy novel. You know what I mean? You're like the protagonist who's going to save the world and kill all the bad guys, and also have like a girlfriend who's way too young for him, kind of thing. Yeah,
and like in a British accent.
Yeah,
Jimmy Steele. Like, all right, cool.
That's so funny. Yeah, I didn't participate in those, but I remember hearing about them because we had so much gambling in our high school. It's crazy.
A lot of gambling.
I don't gamble at all anymore. Like I despise.
Really?
it.
So you did it in high school, and then you had a foray into poker playing, and now you're.
Well, I grew up pretty like low income, so I didn't. I saw it as a way to make money because I was just good at it. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't. I never did it for like the thrill of the gamble.
Really, it was like a job.
It was a job to me. And then at some point, I was just like, this job kind of sucks. You're up late all the time. You're playing against like DJs.
You're like multi-boxing. You're making like tiny amounts of money. You're like grinding the margins.
And even if you're doing well, it's at someone else's expense, so it just doesn't feel good. You know what I mean? Like in the best case, I go to the casino and I make like $2,000 or something that night. Mm-hmm. Someone lost.
Yeah,
like,
that guy's kid's college fund is like depleted.
Or usually what it realistically is like someone who's either staying at the casino and got like some incentive to go play and is just kind of drunk, and or it's like a person who just goes there a lot and is also just like gambling money. It's just not a good. I wouldn't say it's like a good feeling. Right. Like, so that's kind of why I stopped. I was just like, even though I was good at it, I actually paid most of my way through school for it.
That's amazing.
With it, but I was just like, it just didn't seem like a thing I wanted to do like long term.
Right.
And not like so that's why.
There's no happy old poker players or gamblers. There's like it doesn't exist. They're all miserable.
It's just like it's a weird, and then also like casino lifestyle. Like they literally pump oxygen in the room, and it's just like this weird. Just you feel very weird when you leave because you're like, wait, it's like
no clocks, no lights,
no clocks, no lights. You leave, it's like 3 a.m. and you're like, what the fuck happened? I lost my entire day. So yeah, anyway, that's why I stopped. But
let's talk about you guys. You've been here a while. What are you working on? I want to hear about this because it blows my mind. But you guys have like a Walkman and a retro merch drop that you just came out. Like, how did you come up with that? Because that's actually fucking cool. Most people do, especially in the streamer world. We're all lazy and no one does cool stuff. It's like you guys are doing cool stuff on like a lot of different avenues.
Yeah. So we that's a couple. Okay, this is a bit of like maybe a more long-winded story, but so we started doing really, really custom merch drops a few years ago, and it started with like a fan, like I was telling you earlier, like
someone came to you.
A fan posted in our Discord like a merch design for like a
hoodie.
Yeah, for like a hoodie that was really cool, and they posted in our Discord, and so many fans liked it. We liked it, and we were like, so we hired this young girl. She was, I think, at the time like in high school, and we just like said like, hey, do you want to like, can we just buy this design off you, and can we like work with you to get it made? And she was like, sure. And she was super excited because she was a fan and it was great. And then we got that made. It did so well. And we were like, wait a second, there's like clearly a market here for more hyper intentional, interesting designs. And we just kind of leaned into it from there. And we've done like a few. And then this most recent one, we did working with an artist who's done like all of our album artwork. His name is Gabriel Ultros. He designed the jacket. He designed this cassette player. And the reason like we do it, there's a couple of things. We can do this pretty easily because I own a merch company. Through the band, like I just ran all the band merch for us for a very long time. And like going from like our like printing shirts ourselves to like figuring out manufacturing to doing all these different things. And like for a band like creators, a lot of the income that you guys get is from like brand deals or ads or stuff like that. And then like merch is usually a piece, but it's like a smaller piece.
So small.
For bands.
Sometimes for me, I did merch and it was like a lost leader.
Yeah, it can
like
be.
one person returns a hoodie and like all the profits for the entire drop is gone because I had to ship it back.
Well, and it makes sense for a lot of reasons why it's not as good for creators. One, like it's not as big in the culture, but also like creators don't know how to do merch at a good cost. So for us, like if someone
there's like 7 middlemen in my assembly line. It was like made to order with like 3 different websites. So that by the time it got to the person, I truly was making like
They're all wearing
exactly.
one
which is crazy. You should be making like $30 to $40 on
Yeah,
I know what I mean. Like it's actually.
I wasn't joking. One person returned a hoodie and I lost money on the entire like 6-month drop.
Yeah, I know, and that's crazy. So, but like so the reason why like we built this company out is because like with the band, merch is literally like the biggest driver of revenue. Like on a tour, merch is how you often will either break even or lose money on the tour just on ticket sales. Even like on a sold out tour, like and most of our tours are sold out, and we still will like barely break even just on the ticket sales. It's the merch that makes the tour actually like a thing that we can
right. That's like what you live off of. Yeah, the rest is like you have to do it and then you sell the merch.
And so like it's just such a huge part of the business that like we had to get it right. And we were in deals with all these like middleman companies and they were just like always bad and it was just like way too expensive and then the quality wasn't great. And then we ended up just making it ourselves anyway because we were like, okay, we don't really like what's going on here. So that at the point is I started a merch company because of that, and like we figured out all these relationships with manufacturing and different like warehousing to like store and ship stuff. So that gives us the ability to do like way more customized things because we know it. But that said, like, that's like the ethos for why we do this is like, we just know it's like a really good fan experience. It's more fun for us. It's more creatively fulfilling. You're turning merch into more of like, its own creative outlet rather than just, a shirt with a design on it.
Right. Just like slop you're selling to like make money.
Yeah. And honestly, I find that like that will also like in turn do better, like because the fans feel it. Like people feel like, oh, this is kind of cool.
They can sense the effort.
Yeah.
And then
we put
the care that goes into it.
Yeah. And then we put effort into like the way we promote it because we treat it almost like it's its own creative, like almost like a song drop. Like we almost treat it with the same kind of reverence of like, we want really custom, like we've made like custom animation for this merch drop. And then we've made like we looked at like a lot of creators that we really liked how they do like fashion things. And we're trying to like replicate some of that stuff for us as well. We're just like having a lot of fun with it instead of just like posting a graphic being like, yo, here's the new
buy
merch.
the t-shirt.
Yeah. Here's like
we'll stretch out in one wash.
And so we like doing things that are like a little bit more involved than just like a photo shoot with like with the merch. Oh, go buy it. It's here. You know, we want it to feel more of like an event. And like, so we build things around it, and the merch itself is kind of like its own character. Like we have this little cassette tape named Hero, and it's like a time machine cassette player that like when you go back and forth, like like not in reality, but
of course, yeah. There's
lore.
lore.
What? I thought maybe it was.
Yeah, you thought it was real.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of like the that's like I guess describing like the merch drop and stuff we're doing. So yeah, we're doing that now. That's currently going on. It should end, I think, at the end of this week or maybe mid next week, something like that. And then I don't know, when will this come out?
Next one, a week from today, probably.
Okay.
If everything goes well.
A week from today. What day is it?
Today
It
is
is the 17th.
Yeah, so the 24th-ish.
Okay, then it'll come out on the 20th. Fuck, it's too.
We can move stuff around. What, you want it on last day of merch? We can do.
No, I won't say anything. We're working on a lot of stuff.
Okay, great.
What I'm saying.
We can also delay the release if you want to time it. I have no.
If you want to delay it by 2 days, we'll.
I can easily. Dude, I had like a 3.5 week gap between one of them because I was just I couldn't get it done.
Well,
yeah, let's time it for you guys. Well, let's do it.
We've got a new song coming out October 10th.
Yeah, October 10th, amazing.
October 10th. It's called Wall.
Everyone in the room's got their hands up.
Yeah. We did it. Yeah, that's gonna be really exciting. We have a whole animated music video that we're making with actually for Charlie. She's like a creator in her own right, an animation creator, and we're doing that with her, and that's gonna be really, really fun.
That's
and
awesome.
We've got a whole bunch of things like that one. We're marketing it all kind of like imagine like there's an anime coming out for Good Kid. That's kind of the idea for it. So we're working with like a Pokemon card artist that we really love. And she's doing like a custom poster for us. We're hiring like some voice actors.
We talked about that a little before. We don't have to reveal or something because maybe they're not signed on. But
no,
that's
exactly.
so cool.
We're working. Actually, I should hit up C-Dog because I forgot that he's a voice actor.
Absolutely. He's great at it too. It's crazy.
Yeah, but like we're gonna hit up a bunch of voice actors to try to like make like fake trailers because like it's not actually an anime, but like the music video.
Yeah. The concept is.
And we're taking inspiration from like the animes. You know when an anime does like next time on, like whatever. We're taking inspiration from that. And it's just gonna be really fun and thematic, and hopefully people will like it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
What's the best way for them to see it? So are you uploading to YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube will be the best thing for the video, and then everything will be everywhere. Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music, whatever.
Amazon Music.
Do people listen to Amazon Music?
I don't think anyone's actually using Amazon Music.
I'm on Tidal still.
They're trying to get me.
No, I'm not on Tidal. Yeah.
Jay-Z's getting
They're trying to get me on
Yeah, I'm the one
Music.
guy. I chose dinner with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
My friend, our friend from Degrassi, he loves Tidal.
Show or location?
The show.
Okay, got it. I don't know if it's city and kid.
No, have you seen the show Degrassi?
Yeah. Or like Next Generation, maybe. I've seen like one episode.
Yeah.
We have a friend who was on the show, and he like weekly will post music links to be like this brand new song that just came out, and it's always a Tidal link, and I'm like,
that's interesting. You can pay for that. Something feels off here.
Cool. Maybe Drake's paying him to do it.
Yeah, I think Tidal does a good job, I think, with paying their artists.
Yeah.
So. Pretty punk rock.
But yeah, that's what we're going on. And then, there's a lot of other exciting stuff we're working on. We're always kind of cooking on stuff and just like even that merch drop took like 6 months to play.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like your ethos is to put care and artistry into things that you like and enjoy working on, right?
Yeah.
Like you can work on a song, you work on a merch drop, you can work on a music video.
I felt the opposite end of that spectrum. Like I've been to see artists that I love. They're like obviously like huge artists at this point. Like I won't name them because I'm about to talk shit about them, but like.
Name them.
Going and no, I love them so much, but like going to buy like a t-shirt or a sweater and finding out that it's like $120 and the material sucks, and I'm just like,
and the design is just kind of half-assed.
It just feels like a burn. It just feels like, man, like, you know, you could do a little better on the merch side. So it is something that like I am really proud of in this band is the the approach we have to merge.
Well, it's kind of the approach to everything. And you kind of said this earlier when you were talking about yourself and like how you engage with the esports world. And something I thought was interesting, you were like, oh, I just like, I played these games, I engaged with this world, I reached out and like I became part of it. That's kind of like our ethos in the band in general, where like, and I think maybe that's just some stuff we have personally, but we really love engaging in the things that we consume, if that makes sense. Like I'm sure, like, I guess maybe that's obvious, but like, I don't know if everyone like always
no, I think it might be obvious to me, but I definitely don't think it's obvious to like people listening.
Yeah.
They're like, not a lot of people have that like level of connection or even like play in the same place as like a fan base and an artist does.
Yeah, and so we love contributing into that world, and we do that with everything. Like all our music we made, like it's all DMCA free, it's all content ID free, and it's because we were like part of that like kind of community doing streaming ourselves. Like understand, like even now, like my mods recently were just like, Jacob, you got to stop playing DMCA music. Yeah, and I was like, why? And they're like, oh, it's just like really difficult for us because the streams get muted.
Yeah, unless you record it on your own and then send it.
Yeah, and they're like, people are complaining, and it's not even about the YouTube stuff is fine. It's like for the Twitch VOD.
Yeah, because it live mutes it. Like, if you don't record it immediately, you go back and it'll just be completely muted.
And so my mods are complaining to me. So now I'm like struggling, and I'm like, fuck, I can only listen to my own music on stream now because like nobody is like very few other artists are like actually DMCA free, and most ones that even are like sometimes they'll sign to a label,
and the label will do it,
exactly,
or like an X label will do it, dude. It's miserable.
No, it's awful.
So many things,
and so one of the reasons why we did that was like because we are engaging in that world ourselves, and you know we are making content ourselves, and it like we understand that frustration. You know what I mean? So that's kind of just like the ethos that like we use for kind of everything we engage in. Whether it's that or honestly even like Valorant, like we got really into Valorant. And then I just recently played a show match in Toronto for like Masters.
That's amazing.
And that all kind of stemmed from the same thing. It's just like Toronto Masters was here. We were going there as fans. And then because
you
like
Tarek.
I did shoot Tarek. I got a shot.
Hey, you and me, we're twins. I have a clip. We did a Bros versus Pros video. Me and my friends against Tarek. And I have a clip of I no scope him. He like updrafts his jet and I kill him. This is like week 3 of Valorant being out. And it's like my pride and joy. Man, like that clip I will have for my entire life.
I love Bros versus Pros, by the way. I know you, I think you did one with Artosis, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We did Brood War one.
Oh my God.
Dude, he's insane. Yeah, that was crazy.
That is crazy. But yeah, anyway, so we just like engaging with this stuff, and then good things happen with that because like people feel that authenticity. Like the only reason why I got invited to play that show match is because we were there watching. Like this wasn't pre-planned. Right. We just went to the event. I think they had a spot to fill, and they're like, oh well, good kids in Toronto. Can we ask one of them? Yeah. And then they were like, hell yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah, it's like, it's not fake at all. It's like you were actually participating in the community as a fan. And
they only knew we were there because we were there posting like the matches and like how excited we were when our team was winning or losing. You know what I mean? Like it was, that's why it happened. And so.
You're Fnatic fans, right? I think I saw a lot. Yeah. Interesting. I like Fnatic. European too.
Very nice boys.
Yes. Almost all of them are when things are going well. So like, I like esports a lot.
No, it's been really fun getting more involved in the Valorant scene in general and like meeting the teams. They're all so nice. And like, I was actually surprised they hang out with each other. So like in Toronto, we like went out with them. We took them out to like a bar, but they were like, oh, okay, we're going to invite some friends or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. And it was like, you know, it was like the IGL from like Wolves and like some people from PRX. I was like,
Sentinel was there.
Sentinel guys were there. And I was just like, you guys all hang out together. Yeah. I was like, I thought you'd be like enemies for this tournament, you know, like hating each other, but they're all going out for drinks.
Well.
Yeah. It's funny because like I see this in sports a lot, but it's like, the players have a union and actually they're all together. Even though they're competing, it's like a rising tide lifts all ships. They want to make sure that everyone is getting paid adequately or that like Riot is providing the right things to them. And so if they fall for the fake like adversarial, like you're a rival, I hate you, it actually makes it worse for everyone. So I'm glad that it works out that they're friends with each other.
And that was another space that I was shocked at how positive everyone was and like how good, like nice people were and welcoming into the community.
It's easy to make fun of Riot, but they've actually done a great job like providing resources to like kids who are playing video games.
One of my favorite things I joke about is the fake adversarial. We love the show Arcane, and ever since we started like getting involved in like Valorant and like we were at the show match and stuff, I've been like, oh, my dream would be to get a song on Arcane. That would be like my absolute dream. I love that show. And I just thought of this amazing scenario where like we go to the office and what's the band?
Imagine Dragons
are there. And they're just like, oh, well, if it isn't the new guys. I love this idea of like a fake rivalry.
We're taking over for you, buddy.
Because we don't, there isn't the same like, you know, rivalry in music. We don't have like a, well, if it isn't good.
Sure. we need to start one. You know, I was asking you because I'm trying to start some like creator beef.
Of course.
We're trying to beef. You know, we need to have like bands that we hate. You know,
we want band beef.
What was like, there was that one famous one when we were really young. Was it the Von Bondies and Jack White or something? I heard there was like
quite in everyone.
Yeah, like,
a few enemies.
People getting to bands were getting into like fist fights at like
Red Hot
events.
Chili Peppers had a big one with a band that they just completely shut down in music. Like,
really?
Just shut
like
out.
blackballed them. Like,
Absolutely,
hey, no one's.
Yeah,
That's
it was
insane,
some like festival drama. There's a few.
I want some.
rivalries.
We need a rivalry.
Green Day has one, and I'm blanking on who it's with. It's with a big punk band from the 80s and 90s.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
To this day, there's like just
Right,
bad
they're feuding.
blood.
Yeah.
And if you're out there and you want to feud with us,
let's do it. It's funny because it's like an hour of like, positive and the artistry of it. We love our community. Like, if anyone wants to feud with us, we're ready to feud.
Meet me in the quad. That's where I'll be. We have a quad, right?
Yeah. I just want like a headline like band die in knife fight in the back alley.
Yeah. They think it was Jimmy Steele.
The plot to Anchorman.
I was thinking Outsiders.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah,
so yeah, if any bands want to be with us, like we're up for it, you know.
Perfect.
Little friendly beef.
I love to hear it.
Yeah.
You're scary individuals.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming through.
Dude,
the only thing we didn't talk about that I wanted to talk about, but we're going a little long here, was on your bio, it says you love Survivor. We're a Survivor household.
What?
No way.
Well, we didn't have time.
I know. That means
no,
you'll have to come
hold
back.
on.
Next time you're dropping something, next time you're in town, we'll do another one.
Start over.
We'll be back next month.
I've watched every season of Survivor. I was late to it. My wife watched it as a kid. I watched every season starting in COVID. And so we watched all of them. And so now I'm like a Survivor fan.
Have you ever applied?
No, I've never applied, but Brando, who was on a couple seasons ago, is a friend of mine. So we've had watch parties. He comes over and we'll talk Survivor.
I've applied like 5 times.
Oh, really?
I got one callback.
You got one callback?
One time, but I didn't make it past the initial phone.
Jacob got me into the show around like I had seen the first season when it came out, and then like you and our buddy got me into like around like 2018, and we started. You guys had like a fantasy.
We have a pool. We have like a Survivor draft.
Survivor
fantasy
episode 1,
draft.
you pick your people and see who gets there.
Yeah, we had like a point system. You know, if you get like an idol, you get points, that kind of thing. So like, we've been doing that since. Yeah, it's almost been like 8 years now.
Yeah,
that rules.
All right, we'll talk about it next time.
Yeah, absolutely, because I love it as well.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming through.
Okay, thank you.
Check out the album, the 10th. Not the album, the song on the 10th, and the music video,
Yeah.
and hopefully some cool voice actors that people will know. So
Yeah,
that's awesome.
All right,
Thanks so much.
bye.